Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of voice of radio, and that voice isn't quite right yet, but we've got news, ladies and gentlemen. So what am I going to do? Not bring you the news? No, that doesn't sound like me. We've got a few interesting stories we need to be talking about this morning, but I want to start off having a look at Charcadet. There's a promo coming. Yay! Now, this is being given out as a participation prize for the Champions League 2023. Of course, there is a Champions League coming up pretty soon over in Japan. It's going to be happening, the Aichi Champions League is going to be happening on the 25th and 26th of February, which I believe, I want to say that's the weekend after we see the Oceania International Championships. I believe it's the weekend after that. So, if you're into your higher level Pokemon, International Championship one weekend, Champions League the next weekend, sounds pretty gosh darn good to me. But you rock up to there, you get yourself this lovely Charcadet promo, and of course it is stamped with Championship Series 2023. Is this a new card? Is it a particularly impressive card? Is it one you are going to be desperate to be getting your hands on? The answer is, it's fine. Now, you'll notice in terms of design, it's actually the same card as the one from Scarlet and Violet. Same card, same artwork, same effect, 70 HP, free energy 60, all of that. But it looks like they've gone and hollowed it up. If you look at the two images here, you can clearly see that one seems to have a fancier hollow background, or at least around the edges, and you got the Championship Series stamp on it. And by now, most of you probably know, if you follow this channel, I am a sucker for a good stamp. I love me a good stamp. So you're going to give me a fun little stamp like this? I'm going to be in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be in. What I will say is, as somebody who wants to make more of an effort this generation to collect Japanese promos, this is one I have no real interest in. Sorry. Like, if I see this one nice and cheap, I will absolutely pick it up. But because it's just the same card stamped, and I like stamps, but if I could be picking up a different card with different artwork instead, and the fact that it's not a Pokemon I'm a huge fan of, I'm sorry, I know everyone else seems to be, I'm just not. And the fact that it's not a terribly playable card, I'm just like, nah. Do remember, Armor Rouge itself is actually a very, very playable card. It basically says, as often as you like during your turn, you can take a Fire Energy from one of your bench Pokemon and move it to your active, which is really good. So that I could see seeing some play. Not loving the pre-evolution here. Do remember that, as is the case in Scarlet and Violet, there are, of course, 2 pre-evolutions. That's what they've been doing kind of all the way along here. The other one is 60 HP, which is 10 less, but it's also single energy, 30 damage, discarding energy from this Pokemon. And I got to be honest with you, if you can find a Pokemon that's weak, that's like a legit good attack. So maybe I'm going to end up using that one instead. Either way, this one's out there, and you get this as a promo for attending, and that's kind of cool. But there's also going to be promo energies given out as well. Now, you'll notice these are just the new kind of energies we see with Scarlet and Violet. They did that thing they often do when a new block comes around, where they redid the energy. I have no hugely strong feelings one way or t'other on this, I'm going to be honest with you, but they did. They went and redid the energy. So, this is that. If you really like the new style of energy, well, this is a new style of energy, but it's clearly hollow, and it's got the stamp. So it's a case of, it's up to you, frankly. If you really want the new style of energy and you want the fanciest version of said energy, this is probably the fanciest version of the energy. Otherwise, just leave it. There you go. Sorry, I'd love to give it to you in more detail, but that basically tells you everything you need to know. And we know there's going to be more kinds of energy. Japan loves doing the fancy energy and all of that. That's up to you. What I will say is, do bear in mind that Charcadet here is 36, but then the energy are promos number 37 to 44. So if you are trying to build a complete Japanese promo collection, and I wouldn't because, well, Scarlet and Violet 1's just come out and we've already seen 44 promos. But if you are wanting to get a collection of Japanese promos, don't. There's going to be literally like 300 or 400. But if you really want to try and build a promo collection, you will need all of these. You will also need a lot of good luck. So good luck to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, and anyone who is going to try and attempt that. And do remember, there's going to be some prize cards over in Japan that are numbered promos, and you are gonna pay for them. Cool? Cool. So the other day, I told you about Let's Get Eevee, an event that was happening over in Japan, and you go and you take one of the, you take one of those EX decks, Sprigatito and Lucario, Fuecoco and Ampharos, or Quaxley and Mimikyu. And when you rock up, you get yourself the Let's Go Eevee promo as a participation prize. And then there's a rock, paper, scissors thing where you can get yourself a deck box. And it's rather lovely. Well, it turns out that Eevee, it's back, ladies and gentlemen. It's back. Not for us, you understand, but it's back as a Classroom Eevee promo, which is, well, it's actually also being given out in Japan. And it's the same card, same effect, same art, all of that, but it's got a different stamp. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, as far as stamps go, I want this. The Championship Series stamp Charcadet, yeah, fine, take it or leave it. I can go either way. No, I want this Eevee. Like, the Let's Go Eevee is cool. Got your standard gym promo stamp, or gym stamp. But here, oh, look how beautiful this is. Firstly, it's hollow, that's lovely. The Let's Go Eevee, oh, the Let's Go Eevee is hollow. Let's be clear, that one is hollow. But look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Look how beautiful this is. Absolutely lovely. It's being given out at Pokemon card game Classroom events. And that's basically where you go and learn the game. And there's a playmat given out for beginners. And you'll notice that, well, I mean, basically both sides, you've got to play them out on one side. And then both sides have a bunch of information about how to play the game and how to build decks and all that good stuff. So if you want to build decks and play the game and have a lot of fun and all of that, this is a great, great way to go about trying to do so. And I, for one, I love it. This is one of those promos I'm going to have to try and figure out how to get hold of. So my only hope here is that this ends up being not that difficult. Because I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I want this. I want this Eevee. And then we need to finish off today having a talk about something that I thought we were done with. That I thought we've talked about and were good and didn't need to be talking about again. Well, it turns out we're not done. Mischievous Pichu is back! Now, for those of you that may have forgotten, Mischievous Pichu was a thing they did on the Pokemon Center Japan, where basically you could go and, well, get yourself a Mischievous Pichu, quite frankly. And you would go and buy some stuff on the Pokemon Center online, and you would get a Mischievous Pichu, or there are other ways to do it, but that was the easiest way. And one of the weirdest things about this entire promotion to me, and it was a very weird thing for me, is that Mischievous Pichu itself is a Japanese card. And it is an entirely Japanese card. It is a card that only exists in Japanese, and as far as I am aware, please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about this, I don't believe this ever got printed in any language other than Japanese. What's weird about that? The t-shirts have the English print of the card on. They never made the English version of the card. As far as I'm aware, the English version of the card never actually got printed. But for some reason that makes no sense to me whatsoever, they printed the English version of the card as the t-shirt. Don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't understand it. Don't make no sense to me. Wish I could give you some kind of better answer here. It's just weird. But, and actually, that's a quick side note. Do remember, I told you before, Mischievous Pichu, there was a quarter, series of a few months, where Mischievous Pichu was the top-selling item on the whole of eBay Japan, which is pretty gosh darn cool. But it's back. Mischievous Pichu was around a while ago. Mischievous Pichu went away. Mischievous Pichu is back. There are a bunch of, well, there's a tournament going on at the Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo, and basically Tanachi, a member of a YouTube channel, is going to be there, and there's going to be 8-person pods who play with the Start Deck 100. Remember the Start Deck 100, it's kind of like a booster pack of decks, so there are 100 different decks, pre-made, proper designed decks, and then when you rock up, you get given one of those at random, and then you play a little tournament with the deck you get at random. And the winner of each 8-person pod, so to speak, will get a chance to play against Tanachi. Yay! But everybody gets Mischievous Pichu just for rocking up. You don't have to win to get it. Yeah, apparently Mischievous Pichu's back, and I'm absolutely loving it. The good news is, right, Mischievous Pichu, there's no real value at this this stage. No, ladies and gentlemen, Mischievous Pichu is not a particularly expensive card. Like, you can pick it up all day long on eBay for less than $10. It's really not difficult, but that's not really the point here. It's not supposed to be some big, expensive, fancy card or anything silly like that. It's just cool. It's a really cool card, and it's back for this event. Personally, I would love to do a little event where I got to play with a Start Deck 100 at random, and then if I won, I got to challenge some YouTuber. That would be awesome. YouTube off. But you know what? The fact that it's happening, that makes me pretty happy. Right, that's what you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news, and now it's over to you guys. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know your opinions. I want to know anything you want to tell me, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and a bunch of other fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts or answer all your questions. You can join a Discord and chat with us. You can just have a whole bunch of fun. Oh yeah, and you can get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Stephanie Schapp, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So thank you very much to Stephanie for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.